I wished I could get titles. They look so cool. I guess swords couldn't get titles for themselves. The veteran title was particularly great. It was difficult to unlock, so it gave appropriately strong buffs. So strong that I thought I'd make the rest of our travels a cakewalk. And there was something else I noticed. The skills Fran had gained for herself weren't counted toward my equipped skills. This meant she didn't have to equip the skills I already had, allowing us to mix and match easier. Veteran? That's super rare. Yeah, only war heroes get that. It was nice seeing Fran get excited for her new titles. So where's the rest of your party? I don't have one. You don't? In that case, do you wanna team up with me? Elevent extended his invitation. He sounded serious about it too. Hold on a minute. We were going to ask her to join our party. Of course you were. Everyone wants a skilled adventurer on their team. But you're too much inexperienced for her. She'll throw off your team balance. The other parties began offering their invitations. They were finally taking friends seriously now. What do you think? You're the only one I need in my team, teacher. You could still join another party. Just don't tell them about me. No thanks, you're enough. Alright then. Working with a party would be difficult, since she won't be able to use me to my fullest extent. We'd give up on joining one, at least for now. We hurried back to Alessa after the goblin skirmish. We had wanted to go to the blacksmith to get Fran's armor repaired, but we had to report to the guild first. I cast cleansing magic on her as a matter of etiquette, but it didn't quite help with the bloodstains and battered armor. Fortunately, the other adventurers didn't seem to mind. How can I help you, Elevent? I'd like to make a report to the GM. Of course. Nell hurried to the back of the room. She understood how grave the situation was by the look of Elevent's face. She came back a few minutes later to call us in. The guild master will see you now, right this way. We entered the guild master's office to find the GM and Donadron waiting for us. Report. Sir, we went to the site of the goblin sightings with Girl's party. Fran was already on location when we got there, and the battle was already over. I see, Fran. I would like to ask for further details, but... The guildmaster sighed. He knew how quiet Fran tended to be. He scrunched his face, trying to figure out a way to make her talk. I should throw him a bone here. The situation was looking dire. Is there anything you'd like to share with us? Fran, show him the horns. Yeah, here. Fran took the hobgoblin horns out of the pocket dimension. Are these hobgoblin horns? The guildmaster picked up the horns and cast Identify on them. A grim look of realization dawned on his face when he affirmed their authenticity. You mean you fought goblins and hobgoblins? How many of them were there? Donadron shouted after looking at the horns. Lots. Could you be more specific? About 130. 4 hobgoblins. About 20 high-ranked goblins. What? Donadron sat up. We've got the beginning of a goblin stampede on our hands. Calm down, Donadron. Excuse me, sir. Another question then, Fran. What happened to the goblins? Did they retreat? I killed them all. I see. So you killed them as they came. Every last one. That's no good. How was that bad? The guildmaster proceeded to explain that the goblins Fran had fought were sent out of the goblin cave due to overpopulation. The goblins were breeding swimmingly, and the low-ranked goblins were simply pushed out of house and home because of it. It accounted for their desperate ferocity in facing Fran. The fact that hobgoblins and high ranks were mixed in their exiled horde meant that the cave was already brimming with hobgoblins. Looks like we're in for one hell of a goblin stampede this year. Put out an emergency call to all adventurers. We'll make preparations today and tomorrow. We'll attempt to destroy the cave the day after that. Sound good? Yes, we'll get the thief class adventurers to scout ahead to locate the cave. We'll put it up in the special request board. Alright, I'll get to rationing potions. It got busy all of a sudden. Even Nell called out to the other receptionist and began giving them orders. Elevent, we have another favor to ask you if you don't mind. You want me to take you to the location of the sighting? Yes, and take some thieves with you. Got it. The very fate of Alessa hangs in the balance. I'll pitch in what I can. The other adventurers nodded in agreement. Fran looked like she wanted to go too, but I wasn't going to allow it. We were going to get her armor fixed, and then to bed. And that was that. Fran, please take the rest of the day off. I doubt that armor of yours could take any more punishment. Okay. Fran gave a disappointed nod. Thanks, Guildmaster. They sorted out all of the loose ends with Eleven's team before they headed out. See you, I guess. Oh, hold on. Please go to the reception before you leave. You are now eligible for a promotion to F rank. But I haven't cleared 5 quests yet. It's silly to think an adventurer who could take on an entire army of goblins would still be in G rank. Also, G ranks won't be able to participate in the Battle Stampede raid. It's much more convenient for us if we just give you a promotion. Yeah, we'll need all the able-bodied adventurers we can get. It's an emergency request after all. We don't know how many adventurers can join us. The more people who can contribute to our firepower, the better. We'll put up the raid request tomorrow. Make sure to sign up for it. I will. Thank you. Bye. We stopped by the reception to get our rank up, per the guildmaster's instructions. The process was simple, and it only took a few minutes to complete. By the time we were done, Fran had an F on her guild card. It went up, Fran exclaimed. She didn't care what others thought of her, but was very particular about her own level and rank. It was a convenient way to measure her strength. Okay, now that that's settled, let's get your armor fixed. Do we have enough money for repairs? We'll sell our weapons. Can we sell them to the guild? The answer to that question was no. The guild only bought materials and produce from adventurers. I guess we'll take them to Garrus. What a blacksmith of Garrus caliber would do with such shoddy weapons, I had no idea. Wait a second. We have another merchant friend we can go to. Who? Come on. I know he didn't make much of an impression, but you remember Randall, right? Oh. I felt bad for Randall that Fran had almost forgotten about him, but I was guilty of the same thing. He said his shop was along the West Avenue. On it. I was worried how we were going to find his shop in the big city of Alessa, but we got there after a bit of searching. Randall's store was near the entrance of the street, and he stood outside. Why, hello, Fran. Fancy meeting you here. Decided to drop in? Yeah, there's some stuff I want to sell. Wonderful. Come in, please. Randall opened the door to let us in. The place is more of a mess than I expected. Goods were scattered about the cramped interior. There was an entire assortment of goods from honey and antidotes to necessities and weapons. What a mess. Come on, I was trying to be nice. Randall smiled wryly. Haha, we get that a lot. I try to display whatever merchandise people might want to buy. Fair enough, but wasn't there too much variety in the catalog? I wasn't one to complain, but it would be difficult for a guy off the streets to take an interest in most of these items. Buy these off me. Why, you have an item bag now? Kinda. With every item she pulled out of her bag, Randall became more and more nervous. That's a lot of stuff you have there. There's more. What? Okay, hold on. Could you put those on the floor? Okay. That is a fine item bag you have there. I didn't think it could fit so many items. Mine's on the smaller side, so I'm quite jealous. Randall talked to us while examining each and every weapon with a keen eye. It was the mark of a true merchant. These aren't in very good condition. I got them off goblins. Ah, that explains it. Some of these are made of steel, so it's not as bad as it could be. How does 13,000 G sound? Well, that's about 200 G per weapon. I think it's pretty good considering how beat up the weapons are. Okay, deal. Right this way. We stowed all the money away in the pocket dimension. Withdrawing items was a pinch, making it the ideal wallet. Pleasure doing business with you. Thank you. Come again. I was sure we'd be visiting Randall soon enough. He had many interesting items on display. We'd certainly buy something from him next time. Now that we had our money, we were off to Garrus. We hurried to the marketplace where his shop was located. There are a lot of merchants around. The bustling bazaar was filled with merchants, many of them with sour looks on their faces. I wondered if they had ever lodged complaints against the old blacksmith. We entered his shop through the back door. "Hello." "Ah, you too, what's up?" "Your scabbard's not done yet, if that's what you're here for." "That's not why we're here. We want you to fix her armor." Garrus turned around, got one look at Fran, and boomed. "What happened?" "It's only been 1 day. What have you been up to?" "We fought some goblins." "Goblins?" "A goblin horde, to be precise. There were at least 100 of them. Hobgoblins too." "What? That's terrible news. We're about to have a goblin stampede on our hands." "The Adventurers Guild has been informed." "That's good. Still, I'm impressed you made it out in one piece. It's all thanks to Teacher." "Teacher?" "That's my name. It occurred to me that I'd never introduced myself to him. I had a bad feeling at the pit of my hilt." "What kind of stupid—" "It's the best name ever, isn't it?" Fran thought it up herself. "Very fitting. You think so too, right, Garrus?" "Work with me, old man." Yeah, it's a fine name. It really is something else. I know, it's the best. A mighty name for a mighty sword, yes indeed." Phew, that was close. Garrus got the point after my metaphorical wink, and was now singing praises of my name, awkward as it was. "Anyway, you wanted your armor fixed." "Yeah, can you do it?" "We need it by the day after tomorrow for the goblin raid." "No problem. Repairs take no time at all." "How much?" Fran hadn't noticed the slight to her naming sensibilities. "Good. Let's see, 10,000 G. That's pretty cheap. It's the cost of a mana spear." "Mana spear?" "Unlike crystals, mana spears are a type of ore you can mine from the earth. They can store magical energy and are used as catalysts in rituals and the like." "Never heard of it." "To fix your armor, I'll need a mana spear as a catalyst from my repair skill." "So you're fixing it with magic?" "Yep, you wanna watch?" "If you'll have us, sure." We went to Garrus to see him work his reparation magic. He placed the damaged armor on his workbench, which had a magic circle drawn on it. Then he took a yellow mana spear from one of his hands. The rest of the procedure was no different from a spell with a long incantation. "Repair." The magic circle glowed, as if responding to Garrus' booming voice. The light enveloped Fran's armor, taking away the nicks and grime that had occurred from today's battle. When the light settled, it was good as new. Wow. Wow indeed. It looks just as good as the day we got it. I'll stop you there and remind you that the spell's not perfect. The more often you fix a piece of equipment, the more difficult it gets to restore it to its original splendor. A small mana sphere was enough to do the job today, but you'll need a bigger one if it gets beat up again. It's gonna cost you about 30,000 G too. It might be cheaper if you get a new set of armor at that point. We would have to consult him when the time came. Thanks. Don't mention it. Can't have you go up against hobgoblins in broken armor. Leave them to me. We'll kill the king and queen while we're at it. Yeah, they're yours. Ha ha ha. Knock him dead.